What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. In this video, I'm going to show you how to start a game collection from the comfort of your own house using Mercari. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. Okay, so with the current situation of how the world is, everyone is stuck at home and there's kind of nothing to do. So I wanted to go through a way of growing your collection without having to go out and going to the thrift stores or Goodwills or Salvation Armies or the pawn shops or the flea markets or anything like that where you could be putting yourself at risk of catching certain things. So I wanted to sit down and kind of talk to you guys about this a little bit because yes, 2020 is a year where it's a weird roller coaster of emotions and things like that, but we're going to kind of settle down and see if we could start a game collection without leaving our own home. Now, I'm not going to go through here and look up game prices just because it's hard, especially right now with prices skyrocketing. I've sold a few video games here in the last week, and I say a few a lot actually, and so it's kind of hard to stay with the prices because they fluctuate so much right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull out my Mercari app on my cell phone, and we're going to kind of just walk through it. I'm going to tell you what I saw, what I didn't see. What I'll do is I'll actually screen capture it and put it on the screen for you guys to see, and we'll just talk our way through it and see what I think about it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull out my cell phone. We're going to load up Mercari. So once that loads up, we're going to see at the top, we're going to start searching. Let's do the NES. Let's see what we can find. Let's find some NES games. So I'm going to go ahead and search and just see stuff right off the bat. Then I'm going to go ahead and click for sale. Then I'm going to change it to, I believe, best matches. And we're just going to kind of scroll through, see what's there and what's not. Because honestly, we want to see what's on the market, because if we don't know what's on the market, we can't find stuff. So here's a good bundle. 5 NES games for 30 bucks. This, if you don't have a system, this is probably a good way to start, is trying to find a bundle. So we're gonna keep scrolling through. Let's see if we can find, we're seeing a lot of like single games for 13, 14 bucks. Now some of them have free shipping, some don't. Let's go ahead and change that from newest to lowest price and see what we can find that's really, really cheap. So the first thing I see here is this Tetris game. $7, it's $3 with $4 of shipping. That's actually probably not a bad price right now. So I may pick that up if I was going to actually look for this. But it seems like I'm not finding everything I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this. I'm checking, I thought it was set for lowest price, but as you can see, it jumps really high. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it out and so see if we can get that to fix. And it looks like it has. So we're gonna keep scrolling. Here's a good game right here, Mario Kart or Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. You gotta have this on the system. This was, I believe, $9 or $8. That's a good deal. I think that's probably a decent deal. Here we've got Blades of Steel for $5 with $4 of shipping. $9 for that game probably isn't that bad right now because we can't go out and go to the stores. And this actually, when I zoom in, it looks pretty good. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can find anything else. There's a bunch of stuff on here. Let's see, what else can we find? Is there anything good that I can find? Let's go ahead and change this. Let's look for a console now. So what I'm going to do is type in NES console, and I didn't get what I wanted. So I'm going to change some of the stuff. I'm gonna go to sold and see if I can figure out anything that sells. Now I'm typing in Nintendo NES console. It clears out all the things, and I go to sold again. There looks to be some consoles that sold for 45 to 65 bucks. and so that's kind of hard. So I'm only using this to base on prices. But when I look through, there's a lot of games that I'm just having to scroll through, and I'm not really finding anything great there. There's a bundle for, what, $100? Let's keep scrolling, see if I can find anything else. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's some games that are overly priced. There's a bundle for $70. That's not bad. With Super Mario 3, we're talking 15 bucks. Let's say 10 bucks. So 60. Let's make it 55. So 55, you got 2 controllers. That's probably not a bad idea if you're wanting to grow your collection like this or start a collection. There's one, a bundle for 110. That's not bad. The games aren't great for it though, so I'd probably pass on this one, honestly. I think I'd like to get that cheaper, honestly, if I'm out looking. Oh, look. There's a $45 console, but there's no cables, there's no controller. Here's a $71 console. It's not a bad deal. With $10 shipping though, that's 85 bucks basically. I'm gonna pass on that one. Let's see if we can find anything else while we're looking. There's a 68 bundle. That's not bad. It comes with a zapper. That's pretty cool. And it comes with Super Mario Bros. That's 68 plus 10, 78. That's still a little bit more than what I would price this at, but I understand the time, so that's probably not a terrible deal. Let's see if we can find some. Let's see if we can change this up. So I already looked at the NES. Let's change it to the Nintendo 64. Let's check that out and see if we can find a Nintendo 64 console. Well, it's not really matching well. I'm disappointed. I've been typing everything in right, and it's just kind of not giving it to me. I'm gonna change that. Let's change that to Nintendo 64 console, and then let's search for that. How's this gonna work? Okay, so I'm refreshing. It didn't give me what I want. Again, I think something might be wrong with Mercari, because their search filter is not always the best. Like when I type in Nintendo 64, you guys saw that I put in console, and I didn't really get any consoles. So I'm scrolling through here, seeing a bunch of games, not really seeing any consoles, but that's how it is sometimes. I'm hoping that we can find, oh, there's a good one. I mean, that's not a bad price. It's got that Atomic Purple controller. 70 bucks isn't bad, but it doesn't have free shipping. There's a 65, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad, honestly. Let's keep rolling. Let's go to games. Let's change it to games. And it shows you games. Now, I was looking for bundles at this point. This one's not that great, but it's not that bad. It's just run-of-the-mill. Same with this one. $41 is probably a little too much. Let's see if we can find a better deal out here. I'm looking. This one's not great. This is all sports games for $45. 9 of them. I'll pass. Let's see. What else can we find here while we're looking? Here's a funny one. I saw Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and then I saw the price. Ugh, $75. No, thank you. Let's keep scrolling. There's a console. Surprisingly, there's a $900 Yoshi's Story. Not gonna happen. There's actually a decently priced Smash, but let's see if we can find. There's a bundle. Bundles are probably pretty decent. This one's not bad. 130 though. Ooh, that price might be too much. I'm not wanting to spend 70 bucks on Mario Party. Ugh. Some of these prices though. I said I wasn't gonna talk about prices. $23 for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. $42 for Super 64, Mario 64, no thanks. Let's see, what else do we got here? There's not much. Okay, so we walked through this, and I wanted to show you 2 different consoles on Mercari that you could potentially start a game collection for. Now, it's hard right now, and we're stuck at home, and so I thought this video would probably be pretty okay for what is kind of the situation outside. Now, it's very hard to grow your collection, let alone start a collection if you can't leave your house. So I think Mercari is probably a decent place to look. Now sometimes I have found good deals there, and it looks like today there wasn't really anything that was that great. Now we saw that $45 NES console, but it didn't have the controllers or anything like that. And so I was looking, I'd say about $70 in today's situation, current idea, I guess current way of living, I guess is the way to put it. $70 to $80 is probably pretty decent price for a NES console. I scrolled down and showed you how to look from lowest price. So I saw that Tetris was $3 plus $4 for shipping, so we're talking $7. But then what else? We saw that Super Mario Bros. With Duck Hunt for about $8. That's not a bad deal if you're looking for that game. If you're gonna start an NES console collection, you gotta have that game. And then we saw Blades of Steel for $9. That's a personal favorite for me. That's one of the first NES games that I played, and one of the first hockey games. It was actually the first hockey game that I played, so I wanted to talk about that. Then moving to the 64. The 64 looks like it has shot up in price, which doesn't surprise me. A lot of people right now are in that like